Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Isaiah. So, of course, this is the Kidku deck that I played at the All-Star event. First off, I'd like to thank Daylon, Marcus Cantarsi, the Latin American guys, for kind of holding the event, streaming, and all that fun stuff. Shout out to the competitors, Jordan Markle, all my opponents, stuff like that. It was a really fun event. Glad I got the opportunity to play in it. So, without further ado, we can kind of hop into this. So first off, of course, the leader, Kidku. You should already know what it does. The permanent really was the big thing on why we played this deck. You can awaken at 6 life, which is huge. Being able to awaken at more than 4, this format is so crucial in terms of just playing in general. But I guess, for those that don't know what it does, you can activate main, reveal a ball, gain plus 5k, and draw one. If you have a vanilla in your drop, you can awaken at 6 life or less. Also, he can awaken at 4 life. His awaken is untap 1, draw 1. The backside, once per turn, you can reveal a ball, draw 2, discard 1. And then once per turn, if you combo with a vanilla, if it's the first vanilla that you comboed with, it becomes a 10k combo. So, pretty good skills. Next up, into the main deck, we played 3 Mr. Boo. We played this simply because the VJX plays can potentially play a 3-drop Black Mass Sand. That if you and your opponent have 15 or more sands in your drop areas combined, he can burn a life when he attacks. So that's something I kind of thought about when building the deck, just to avoid that specific card. So, next up, Sand Kava. I'm a big fan of 1-drops that are self-awaken and double strike. They can pressure leaders, pressure unisons, and help you awaken. So that's really it. Next up, 4 Sun Gokus. The last 1-drop vanilla we play, simply red. You have to play this because it combos well with your Android Aider. And that's really it. Universe 4 symbol. Let you play 2 vanillas from your drop or warp. So, if we overwhelm into our secret identity, we can play 2 of our vanillas from our warp. It was pretty good all weekend. I'm glad I've only played 2. I think 3 would have been a little too cloggy, especially because I played against 3 VJX decks back to back, and they were all either main decking or side decking Black Mass Sand. So this card would have been extremely dead if I played more. So, 2 Kais. We're playing red, so we can charge it. But this could honestly just help close out a game, and that's why we play it. We played 2 30Ks. You could argue that you could play the third by maybe cutting a Mr. Boo or cutting some other card in the deck. 2 worked out, but there were times when I did need a third. 3 Topos. This card, performed pretty well outside of the fact that every time I wanted to play it, I had to play it into a Koitakai. So that's something you gotta be mindful of when you're, leaving 2 energy up for Topo. 2 UIs. This was honestly not. It was an underperformer. This card kind of sucked, but we kind of played this simply because of the Go Tanks. You can hit it for apes against potential Invoker. If they don't counter it, you can hit the Vegeta, and also this card hits Bobbity and doesn't get countered unless they're playing blue, of course. But outside of that, this card really didn't see any play because I didn't have to play it against any of that except for apes. But I didn't see it, so it didn't matter. 3 Unisons. You could argue for 4. 3 just worked for me, and that's really it. 6 balls. It combos well with the 4 Kitku, so we have 10 targets. You need to see this, especially with decks now that just draw so many cards. Not getting your engine started sucks. I think there was 1 game out of the entire day that I didn't see a ball turn 1, and it was one of the games that I lost. Next up, 3 Android Aiders. It's self-explanatory. If you combo your vanilla, your one drop Kid Q, or your two drop Android 8 Kid Q, if you combo them off board, you can pop stuff. So it was really good. You never really want to add a vanilla that's a one drop because it can conflict with him, if especially after you've overwhelmed or something. So mainly, if you see a 30k, you add it a one drop. Depending on the situation, you'll add it also. 3 power bursts. This might get bumped up to 4. You need to just be able to stop attacks from VJX, and that's really it. But it adds your 8ers and Kid Q back. Next up, 4 one-drop Kid Qs, your core engine. Get your entire game plan started. You need to see this either turn 1 or turn 2, or you need to see the ball, and this constantly generates value, so it's great. 4 super combos. I chose not to play the sparking one just because I didn't really care too much about being at 4 or less life. And I also played like a larger overwhelm than normal. So the sparking would always get thrown off. The honestly second best card in the deck next to Kid Q. This card just gets your entire engine started once you want to be on the offensive. Play it for 2, take up to 1 life, play 2 one drop 10Ks from your deck, apply so much pressure, and you can combo with the guys in rest mode and him. So you can sequence your turns correctly and get like 6, 7, 8, 9 attacks in a turn. So like you can play this for 2, take a life, play 2 one drops from your deck or drop, swing with the 1 drop, or if you have the unison, boost the board. Swing with a 1 drop, swing with another 1 drop, swing with him, combo the 2 1 drops. You can play another use you 4, or if you haven't used your unison, you can make a marker to play those same 2 1 drops back from the drop area. And if the Sun Gokus and your opponent has battle cards in the board, you can use your Android 8 to pop battle cards. So in total, there's a lot of different sequencing and ways you can use this card. If you watched a couple of my stream matches, you can see that like when I saw this card and started, sequencing my turn to get a lot of it. When I started sequencing my turn correctly, and started attacking and being like, really hard on the gas, I could sequence my turn and get a very large amount of attacks and go so wide that my opponent just has to scoot. Secret Identity, best board wipe in the game currently, in terms of like just free and not, really having to invest too many cards. This is mainly here just for potential blue decks playing a Booney, and we also needed a way to board wipe. We needed a way to board wipe like AOD or ways to clear like Black Mass Hand off board, stuff like that. But onto the side deck, we got 3 Planet M2s. This was here for Crisis Crusher and Black Mass Hand. Those 2 specific cards, hands down, will shut your entire deck down. You cannot play with those cards on board. You have to get rid of them immediately. So we played 3 M2s. 2 of these guys. If we played against AOD, we needed a way to out the Bobbity, potentially out, Invoker if they don't counter it. And of course, if you play against Gotenks, you need this for the Ape. So, heartfelt plea. This was 100% just here for Invoker. We needed a way to pressure them with a big guy that they have to deal with on turn 3. And we can get this out on turn 2, potentially turn 3. 4 Kais. This is hands down 100, like I want to say 95% here for Bibbidi. Outside of that, it would hit an Ape. But you need a way to just survive Bibbidies. If they drop multiples, you're probably not going to survive. If they drop 1, if you can see this, especially if they go for an alpha swing, you can just play this, bounce the Bibbidi back, and you'll potentially live for another turn, and then just go wide and try to kill them on the crackback. Next up, 2 Unexpected Turns. We needed this card for, just the potential of playing against AOD. If they try to, kind of spam the board and go wide, we can counter one guy and basically nuke their board. Yes, this is good. Some of you think, that it, they're just spamming 3 drops. They're not. A lot of the guys like Garlic, the counter, Android 13, their super combo, and Turtles are all 2 drops. So this can potentially counter the 3 drop that they try to free play and then nuke their board. And that's why it's here. two Haru-Harus. If you play against a random Go Tanks or a green deck, they're not really playing cards to stop this from coming coming onto the board. So it's just a free untap 2. So if you do this with like 4 or 5 energy, you could potentially just like play a Kaba, play a U4, Haru untap 3, and then you could potentially play like 1 or 2 Android 8ers, or if you just want to play 2 and leave something open for like a Topo or a Negate, you can do that also. It's really, really strong, like I said, because nobody's really playing cards to stop it from coming into play. But that is the deck. That's kind of like my choices and kind of quick rundown of the whole thing. Like I said, shout out to Daylon, all the guys kind of streaming the event. Big shout out to Simon and Neil. They definitely kind of worked on this deck a little bit more than me, and I kind of got a lot of my ideas from them in terms of ratios. Some more than others, but for the most part, we all kind of worked on this as a team, and it definitely showed. The deck was really, really fun. Definitely is a great deck to play if you want to play it. Just try it out. I'll leave the link for the deck down in the description. Check out some of the links, to the team channel, stuff like that. But until then, until next time, peace out, guys.